Welcome to the Hidden Genius Project. I'm your host, Nene Diallo, pronounced Ndene, but most people call me Nene. I got Sir here, better known as Glide One, joining us today, and Jaden and Joel,
LA2.
both from the Hidden Genius Project LA2 cohort. How y'all doing, man?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. All right, Glad you want to let.
Definitely, man. I'm Sir McMillan. I'm part of LA1 cohort. We got Jaden and also, what's your name again, man? And Joel here again, man. And today we're about to have a great podcast. We're about to get to know their businesses and how they got into the tech industry as well as creating a business as well. So I also have a business that we're also going to go over. So let's get into the podcast, man. Nene is going to be the main host here and be guiding it. So let's get into it.
Yeah. So why don't y'all go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourselves first before the Hidden Genius Project, right? Where y'all from? What kind of things you guys do right now outside of the Hidden Genius Project, and what brought you guys here?
So my name is Jaden Durham. I'm from Carson, California. I'm currently right now my last summer at the Hidden Genius program, LA2. So right now I'm in the business track, right? So I'm working on creating my own business called NDO Vintage. So what that is I'm creating like a reselling brand of just selling vintage clothes, and that's pretty much the basis of that. Currently, I just graduated high school from Da Vinci Science High School, and I'm going to be attending San Jose State in the fall. So, yeah.
What will you be studying over there?
So I'm going to be majoring in kinesiology.
Kinesiology?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that the study of?
So I'm going to be studying kinesiology, but my main focus is I want to get into like physical therapy, and I want to like help younger student athletes and young students in that too sense. Just to cause like when I was younger, I didn't have like someone telling me about physical therapy and how to take care of my body and recovery. So I want to like teach that to younger athletes in that sense.
Okay.
So.
All right.
My name is Joel Balthazar, and I was raised in Inglewood, California, and right now I'm going to Junipero Serra High School. I'm about to be a senior this year, and what brought me to the Hidden Genius Project, well, I actually know the executive producer, Brendan Nicholson, and he kind of brought me into it because he's seen my potential and how I'm good with coding, and then how I just want to explore new things with technology and stuff. So, and then right now I'm in actually the Flutter track with Nene. And Flutter is a type of software development technology thing. So I'm just working on, and that helps me work on an app to develop. And that's just the main thing that we're working on right now. So, and it's going pretty well.
Tell me a little bit more about how you met Brandon.
Well, I'm actually related to him.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, pretty much. And then he reached out, and then he was telling me more about his program that he runs, which is the Hidden Genius Project. And I gave it a shot, and it's been going good.
Nice. I'm glad to hear it. All right, so today, right, the topic is around technology, right? I mean, that's what we do here at the Ingenious Project. So the question I got for you guys is, how can technology be used amongst us brothers and sisters to change our communities, and what impact will it have on future generations?
I think technology pretty much is the future. Like, a lot of the stuff that we have, a lot of the stuff that we use is all centered around technology. And the fact that our brothers and sisters, don't really go into it that much with like the technology field, I feel like it's big that we should start because it gives us many opportunities to like, invent new things and many things like that.
Exactly.
So for me, I feel like our brothers and sisters aren't as like into technology as they should be. I feel like it needs to be more diverse. And I feel like since us brothers and sisters and other people are using this technology, they're using like our culture. So I feel like if they incorporate the brothers and sisters, I feel like our culture can be added to that, and we can learn more about technology. Right. And I feel like it's a space where we should be added into more.
I like what you said. Speak more on the culture topic.
To the culture topic. So I feel like us brothers and sisters are using this technology a lot, and in the technology you're seeing different types of culture that come from us, and I feel like we're not being able to talk about it as much, or they're not getting it from the sources, which is us. So I feel like if they incorporate more brothers and sisters in technology, whatever it is, I feel like the culture will be there more and it'll be like represented better.
Right.
Sense.
Because I mean, if you go to these companies, most of these companies, they don't have people like us. I mean, I think right now it's like 6%. We're like 6% in the tech industry. And so if you go to these companies and you see people who are building all these applications that we use day to day, not looking like us, and we use it, we're not being incorporated or thought of. So when we use it, really, it's not relating to us. Sure, it might mimic some of the things we do, but it's not encapsulating the full thing of what we embody, right? And so
definitely.
if we're not in these companies, we can't really show how it's supposed to be done. And so I'm glad you guys know that, right? And so
Yeah, definitely, man. I see Jaden got some drip on today, man. You got some fly jeans on, man. You always looking fly. That's one thing I can't say, bro.
Appreciate it.
Let's hear about how your brand and the vintage brand, how that is in the tech. You know what I mean? Like, how does technology, you know what I mean, involve with your business? Let's hear about that, man.
I feel like it goes hand in hand because where I'm gonna start my business at first is through technology, right? So I'm creating my own website right now, and that's how I'm gonna incorporate my vintage brand or reselling vintage brand into technology, right? So I'm gonna be making my own website, NDO Vintage, and then I'm gonna be able to put my products on there, do different type of things like bundle packs with like the vintage clothes I'm gonna incorporate with that. So like that's how I incorporate technology for sure.
What gave you inspiration for something like NDO Vintage? Have you always been into vintage fashion, or?
So for me, like I would say like more than 50% of my wardrobe is like through thrifted clothes. And also like my brand promotes like a green foot lifestyle because like in fashion and the clothing business, it promotes a lot of bad stuff to the environment.
Right.
So what my brand does is going to be like in promoting a green foot lifestyle where we're reselling or we're reusing clothes.
Right.
And so I'm promoting that and selling it to people so that we can stop the bad how bad
and the environmental,
you know what I'm saying?
Environmental disasters going on from
stuff like that.
Definitely.
All right.
And now, Joel, I know you're into sports, right? You play basketball.
Yeah.
So
play basketball
let's hear about how like technology can like incorporate with that, or your like idea of business with your sports, man. Heard you pretty good too.
Yeah. Thank you. And I think technology with basketball that goes a long ways. Like you can do so much with technology. You can invent an app that helps you keep track of all your stats. You can just do so many more things with technology just to help you in life in general. Like, and then with basketball, it's all around. Basketball is one of the most entertaining sports. So if you can create an app that deals something with basketball, that's just gonna be big regardless. So even on your part.
Dope, bro. Dope.
What are some of the most important values you think you've taken away from being a basketball player?
I've learned many life lessons of just playing basketball in general, like never to give up, It's just many things that you can gain from playing the sport.
I could touch on that. So I feel like with basketball, I've been playing basketball my whole life. I feel like it created like an aspect of knowing like how to push through certain situations. Like whenever you're down, like if I'm playing a game or something, I was down or my team's losing, like it always made me it's taught me like to push through certain stuff. And I feel like the team aspect of it as well has taught me like how to be a family with people like I'm not seeing all the time, but like through basketball we become closer. So it teaches me like family values a lot for sure.
Right. It definitely brings people together as a community, and it definitely like opens you up more to new people and just to see how people think and stuff like that.
Right.
And for me, like it helps you with my mental health a lot because like I remember during my basketball season this past season, like anytime I was feeling down or was dealing with like a lot of life stuff, I would just like use it on the court and I would take out like all that energy and put it into the court and like help me get stuff off my mind. So it really helped me with like my mental health for sure.
Definitely. So let's hear about how the Hidden Genius, like so far. I know you guys are both in the program right now for summer. So let's hear what you guys are working on this summer. Like, what are you guys doing? What is the Hidden Genius you guys also doing this summer to impact you guys' businesses? What you guys working on a daily with that? Let's hear about that, man. Start with Jaden.
So for me, like I said, I'm working on my first business in the business track with my man Paris. Shout out Paris.
Okay.
Basically, we're learning like the main startup tips to like how to have a concrete idea to start your brand or business. So stuff like that. Like I'm learning about minimal value product, like just the basis of like how you're gonna incorporate your customers' like feedback into your ideas and like turn that so that your idea works more towards them or your target audience and stuff like that.
Right.
On a day-to-day basis, I'm working with that and leadership too. We talk about a lot of good stuff, a lot of good topics in leadership as well. So.
Can you touch on more on the leadership aspect of the Hidden Genius project? How do you think that's helped you kind of know what solutions should be brought into your community?
Right. So I feel like through leadership, it's helped me like make my voice and like made me want to talk more about certain topics. So through leadership, I feel like I've been more able to talk about what's going on in my community or what like real world problems. We have a lot of good discussions about different topics. So I feel like just being in leadership has helped me use my voice more in a sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And so how would you say, why do you feel like your voice was suppressed beforehand before coming to the Hidden Genius project?
I feel like I was in a lot of spaces where I didn't see people that I can relate with or in the same bubble with. So like being around my brothers helped me create a better voice for myself and be able to be comfortable with me and how I talk. So I was like, being in leadership has always just made me feel comfortable to like express myself in a sense. So I really appreciate the Hidden Genius project for that.
That's what I like to hear. How about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like how you said it was suppressed before I came into the program. And then just dealing with the leadership aspect is more like now I actually have a voice to speak my mind and say what I think on different situations worldly. And, you know, the problems that just come into this world is just crazy. And then in our community, how we don't speak up sometimes. It's just a huge problem to me sometimes.
And how do you think technology can change that for us by providing us a platform where we can now speak up and bring some of these problems or issues going on within our community to everybody, right?
Right. So technology just, now we can communicate with our brothers and sisters and stuff, and we can now like better off like, you know, just share what you think and how you think of the community and what we can do better to anybody with a single post, with a single text. You know, you can always share ideas and fellowship and communicate with many people.
Yeah, so for me, I feel like technology will play a big role in that, like in a sense where we have social media now and like everything's switching to technology. That's the future, right? So I feel like as brothers and sisters, we're going to be able to communicate more through technology and have a space where we can create things or ideas that promotes talking about stuff in the community, social problems, you know what I'm talking about? So like, I feel like technology plays a big role in that, and it's going to help us communicate better with each other and create more of like a talk. Because I feel like our words have been suppressed over the years, and I feel like now, since through technology we have, and this the future, we're going to be able to expand on that.
Right.
For sure.
And so now I want to ask you, what are some of the steps we can take to prevent technology from negatively being used against us or negatively influencing us?
I feel like we shouldn't be scared to like get into technology. Don't have that mindset of like, oh, this, I don't see a lot of people like me in this space, so that I don't think I can be in this space. We can't think like that. We have to think like positively and like don't have that negative mindset. I don't know. I remember Brandon said the word yesterday. It's a different type of mindset. You know what I'm talking about? Word.
No.
But it's like having the mindset of like, oh, I'm not good enough to be in this space, or like it's like a mental thought. So like having that idea in your head isn't good, and I feel like we should change the narrative of not being able to be in such a space like technology and different things like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like with technology, you should always use it as like a positive influence. Like whenever you, like with the social media aspect, like you should always post positive things at least one time, you know. And just use it for the good side and not for the bad. So, for example, like if you're posting things about negative thoughts about what the world was or what some things that are happening in the world
Right.
that you think is negative, some other people might not think it's, negative to them. So even though you're expressing your opinion, do it positively. Always do it to where you can even speak on both sides.
Right. Because it's all in the eye of the beholder at the end of the day. You don't know how your words are going to negatively influence somebody or impact somebody in general. So it's always good to just say positive things when you can and just put it out there, because not only are you making yourself feel better, but you never know whose day you've changed out there, right? So I like
100%.
those words.
Yeah, for sure.
So what types of technology do you guys think could be developed to get more people like you and I into technology, like into the tech space, right?
You gonna answer that?
Oh, no, you got that.
I feel like we could develop more apps specifically towards like for our brothers and sisters to tap into, right? And those apps can create spaces where we have opportunities, and on the app we can have opportunities for us to get into those technology spaces, like the Hidden Genius program for one. That's a opportunity we can put on the website or an app to that people know about it. I feel like it's just a problem of we don't know and we don't have the information. So just spreading that news and information online and using technology, I feel like would be really helpful for us brothers and sisters to get to know about the different things. We just need to have the information. I feel like it's like a lack of information right now.
Right.
Yeah, to touch on what he said, it's just like even like a connecting app to where we can connect all types of people to come together and, talk about these many different topics and things like that. And just to know we all get on one accord. And so, yeah, I feel like technology would really help with that because it's always something to talk about in that aspect.
It's always something that's going to develop and keep on evolving, right?
Right.
And so why not be at the forefront of evolution, right? Because eventually technology is going to be inside of us, right? It's going to be helping us, get healthier, cure certain diseases that take place in the brain, right?
Right.
Get through mental issues. So being at the forefront of technology, if possible, right, given the resources and the tools, right, which we do have a lack of in our communities anyway, but now as time is going on and more recognition to these problems are being brought, people are starting to really understand that, and more resources and programs, just like the Hidden Genius Project, are starting to be developed, right?
Right.
So
I feel like, for sure, like how you said the technology and stuff, we don't have, there's like a lack of information that goes really back onto like, I feel like everyone has access to information and access to technology now. So I feel like if you're having that information, we're spreading it through the community, that's really going to help us. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be really beneficial. So
So we have the information.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
You all good.
Right, and we have the information. We just got to make sure that we're using
spread.
it. Yeah, and using it for the right reasons.
Right.
Definitely. So what are some tools that you guys are able to use that can bring in more kids in you guys' age group that want to learn more about like technology and things? What are some like apps or tools that you guys can do on your end, you know what I mean, on social media to like promote, you know what I mean, more tech?
I think like you just said, like promoting is just like promoting the Hidden Genius Project. Yeah, it's just all over everywhere, you
Word
know.
of mouth.
Yeah.
That brings me to another interesting question.
Well, I
you
want
guys-
answer his. I want to answer his low key.
What's up?
So I feel like we have this negative narrative about technology, or like we might think it's like too hard to understand or something.
Right.
I feel like if we make things more fun for the kids and make it like how the Hidden Genius does it, we make everything looks like we're having fun. We're not like being taught. We're just we're having fun with
There's
it.
structure,
There's structure,
but
yeah.
we're not being repressed to who
Right.
we truly are, right? We have the freedom to still express ourselves
Right.
while still getting the knowledge and the skills we need to continue to grow.
Yeah, so like I feel like if we promote that on social media and make things more fun, because I feel like when growing up, if nothing was like, if it wasn't fun for me, if it wasn't fun, like I didn't have interest in it, it wasn't like I didn't have that connection to like learning about that certain topic. So I feel like if we make things more fun and more interesting to the kids, a lot more of us brothers and sisters will get into it for sure.
Right. That brings me up to another point. It might not even be on how our approach is to technology, but do you guys think there's a lack of support within the Black community in terms of just, brothers putting brothers on to other opportunities?
Yes, I think so, because some of us just, some of us get jealous. Some of us want it for themselves so badly that they're not willing to spread the good word to other people.
Right.
And some of us are. But it's like a rare few that you see sometimes that do. But that's just how life is.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping in like our community sometimes with different things, and I feel like that's been setting us back a lot too. So if we promote like sharing the word, spreading the word about different things, which I feel like we do a good job of, but like with certain things, people hold back and restrict ideas. People, like you said, people envy other people, and they don't want to give up that information. I feel like that's a problem we need to fix. So just spreading the word about different things, different topics, different opportunities, would be really good for us.
Beneficial.
Right, and it's even as little as just holding up a sign outside our door saying, "Come on into Hidden Genius. We're teaching about leadership, technology, creation, and just everything."
How do you guys think the Hidden Genius project got to you guys?
So for me, I was introduced from my cousin, David Armstrong, Oak One. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. So
David Armstrong's your cousin?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, that's crazy.
Yep.
Nice.
So he introduced me to the program, and then my dad really pushed me to do it. So, yeah.
And so that brings me to another interesting question. Would you say that we need more father figures or just mentors we can look up to within the Black community that can push us to try certain things that we may not want to at first? Things like tech, which, like you said, there's this bad stigmatism around tech within the Black community. So, how would we break through that barrier? Is that the push that we need more brothers like us within this space, letting us know the value in technology and what can be created with it?
Yeah, like I said, just having that person in your life that can make or introduce ideas to you and make it fun and interesting. I feel like that's what we need, and having more mentors, having more Black father figures, and just people in that place where it can tell us kids and introduce us to new things like that. So I feel like that's really important that we need to have.
Yeah, and I definitely think so. But at the same time, it's hard because these older father figures of ours and our mentors, like you said, it's a lack. So it's a 6% chance. Like you said, it's 6% of the people in the world, in the Black community that work on technology. So it's hard for us to get the experience and the teachings and stuff from them if they barely know anything about it themselves. So with that being said, we're just going to have to push ourselves even more. But then it really is good to have that father figure and that mentor and that person that helps us work on the technology aspect of things.
Right, and sometimes, there are sometimes where the resources are provided, the tools are provided, the support is even provided, but the person does not see the benefit in it, right? So what can we do to counter situations like that when people are just not being receptive to the game that's being thrown down?
I think you just got to have your own mindset. You just got to know, if you think it's good, then you should try and go after it. But if anybody, don't let nobody else let you think something is not good that you feel like is good for you.
I feel like we need to do a better job as brothers and sisters of thinking about the longevity of what certain things can bring us, and not thinking of the now. So if you're, for example, if you're thinking of doing a certain program or internship, and you think, oh, it might take away time from my friends or hanging out in the summer, think about how that's beneficial for you in your future. What can you gain from hanging out with your friends or working in an internship, learning something so it can build you as a whole, as a human being. So I feel like we need to think about that more, think in depth and think long term.
Dope. Yeah, man. Honestly, I would say what is a genius to you guys? Like, what is a genius? Like, what is a genius to you guys? You guys are a genius, but what is a genius to you guys?
I think a genius is just, first of all, a genius can be anybody. Anybody can be a genius. Whether you got to put your mind to it though, and a genius can also mean like a person that's a leader. A genius can also be, a person that is smart. But in many different ways, anybody can be a genius. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I feel like anyone could be a genius in any type of way. It's just how you look at it. So what a genius is to me is just being able to learn and be receptive to anything, and being able to show, being able to just take in stuff and reflect. So being a genius is just learning new stuff, being able to be a leader and certain stuff like that. So I feel like that's what a genius is to me, just being receptive to learning new things and being open, for
Right.
sure.
And just perseverance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a genius really, every brother that walks into the Hidden Genius Project is a genius. And every brother that's outside of the Hidden Genius Project is a genius as well, because each person individually has their own respective skills, right? To where if they knew that
100.
untapped potential that they have and tapped into it, they could grow that skill set and become a genius just in that. And so that's what we want to do, right? We teach technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills, but these all compiled together give you the tool belt or the toolkit or the set that you need to just, keep elevating and kind of find your own path and route.
Right.
And that's not really something we have inside of the Black community. So that's what we aim to provide more for ourselves, right? So that we can help each other and that we're not lost as we're going through this transition in the world that technology is rapidly taking over. So, yeah.
I would say, before we wrap it up, what do you guys hope to like experience and like leave out of the Hidden Genius Project with? Because I know like how I left the Hidden Genius Project, well, not left, but how I left as a student was a great experience. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of opportunities I left with. I was able to visit Oakland. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of opportunities you're gonna be able to leave with. So what are you guys looking like forward to the most after you guys get out the program?
I think that with me, I really want to get to this coding stuff because what Nene's been teaching me for the past few weeks have been really like great, and I've been learning a lot and I've been excelling in the coding area. So, and like I said, and with that is basically developing an app. So, and I'm just learning how to do that more and more every day.
So, yeah. So for me, like I said, I'm doing my own business, NDO Vintage. I want to walk away from the Hidden Genius program, knowing how to like make my own website and code my own website. That's one of the biggest things I want to walk away with. And then I know, like how Sir said, we have a lot of opportunities here at the Hidden Genius program. I just want to be able to work with Hidden Genius, Arnold, whoever it is, just to be able to get these internships and get my foot in the door with all these different big companies. And then my future, well, another thing I want to do here is become a YE, work with the young students. You feel me? When I first came to the program, shout out Dylan.
Yes.
Yes, sir. When I first came to the program, I wasn't really into it, but like over the time, like I really just locked in with Hidden Genius, and just it's becoming like a second family for me. You feel me?
So, yeah, it's definitely a good program to anybody. Like I said, anybody can be a genius, and I wish to become a YE too after I'm done being a student. So it's a good experience too. It really is.
Right, and I know whatever it is that you guys end up creating, right, with your NDO
Vintage.
and NDO Vintage, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
Joel with your basketball. I hope that you guys do incorporate technology within this.
Yes.
And you guys take the skills that you've learned at the Hidden Genius Project to build upon what you guys already know and just get better and be the best at whatever it is that you guys are doing, right?
100.
And so that's really all. I mean, for me, when I'm teaching my class, the number one thing I want people to know is how to fish out problems and turn those problems into solutions.
Problem solved.
Right,
Yeah.
just problem solve, right? Because in technology, that's one of the biggest things. You're just solving problems with software, right? And so if we can find a way to solve one of the biggest problems we're dealing with within our community, right, or just not even within the community, just within the world, which is discrimination, if we can use technology to counter that, right, by being collective and just making sure that we're thinking outside the box and we're being cohesive and, you know, all these different things that all together brewed would get us to where we need to be, we'll be all right. And you brothers are showing that today, that, you know, that it's working, right? And as long as we keep going, as long as we keep sticking with what we're doing, we'll be okay. Well, before we go, we just wanted to let you guys know what the Hidden Jesus Project really does through our mission statement. So if y'all can join me, on 3, 2, 1.
The Hidden Genius Project trains and mentors black male youth in technology creation, entrepreneurship, and leadership skills to transform their lives and communities.
Thank y'all. Peace.
We out.
Peace. Yep.
Good one.